Hello guys and gals, welcome back this week for another Haunted Gaming. Today I'll be talking about a Super Smash Bros. Creepypasta called Super Smash Bros. Melee Hhidaka. So this creepypasta begins with an unnamed person who, like always, I'll refer to as Player. Player begins to ask us if we know anything about Super Smash Bros. Melee for the Nintendo GameCube. I assume we all know what Super Smash Bros. Melee is. If you don't know what it is, it's a fighting game for the Nintendo GameCube that uses Nintendo characters, and they all just beat the shit out of each other, basically. Fun party game. But anyways, the player commences to tell us that there are certain programs for the computer that we can use to browse through game files and data on various in-game technical things like character textures and scripts and all that stuff. And it's weird a creepypasta starting out with this, telling us about hacking and whatnot. But it's a refreshing change of pace over the previous ones. So the player tells us that a certain script called char.txt, the name you're seeing on the screen right now, that's what it was called, and it was in a folder called char, C-H-A-R. This would most definitely stand for character. And what the player attempted to do was a character texture hack, which if you don't know what it is, don't worry, I'll explain it right now. A character texture hack is when a person, a hacker, changes what a character looks like. So say for example you had Mario. Now Mario would do the exact same things he would do before and after the hack. He'd be the same character, but his graphics would be different. For example, instead of the red overalls, the hacker could change it to purple overalls or yellow overalls or... God, I'm just thinking of other characters, but even like pink overalls, I guess, I don't know. Anything the player would want. And that would basically be what a character texture hack. You can change it to anything. You can change Mario to a whole nother character if you wanted, but like you can change him to look like Marcus Phoenix from Gears of War, but that's what a character texture hack is. You're just changing what something looks like. So anyways, in order to do the character texture hack, the player tells us that they have to copy all the official textures already on the game onto their PC. So the player copied the textures to his PC, and as the player was copying them, he or she noticed that there were 26 files being copied, but there were only 25 characters in the actual game. So what could the extra texture be for? The player looked into the texture folder one more time, or the textures he copied, and looked through their names. Most of them were normal, like Mario, Luigi, Sea Falcon, and all that stuff. It was all fine. I mean, nothing was too awkward, except for one, which was called Hhidaka, which you're seeing on the screen right now. So the player went to check the texture, which is an image file, and obviously you can open pictures with no problem using your standard photo viewing software on any computer. So the player opened it up, and the player was disturbed by the picture's contents, which was basically a Japanese girl who was dressed like a prostitute that was stabbed and mutilated extremely, especially in the stomach region. So the player wondered, why is such a file on this game? I mean, this is pretty gruesome stuff. So the player eventually remembered that he or she bought this game from a flea market, and of course we all know what these games are like at a flea market. Case in point, like fucking Tails Doll and all that shit. Like any game you buy from a flea market or get from some creepy stranger, it's goddamn fucking hacked or fucking possessed by demons. I don't know, as far as we've uncovered on Haunted Gaming. But besides the point, the player remembered that the game didn't come with an instruction manual, but it came with a sheet that had Japanese letters written on it, which the player couldn't translate, and I guess that's because, he or she can't speak Japanese. Fair enough. The in-game files basically said that in order to unlock this mystery character, Hhidaka, the player would have to basically defeat a purple-colored Peach, Princess Peach, 4 times without taking any damage while playing as Ganondorf. The player thought this was a little, odd, but regardless, the player decided to go and complete this challenge. Upon completing the challenge, the new challenger screen appeared. Basically when you unlock a new character, that screen appears. The screen began to show a Japanese woman murmuring in Japanese with a knife stuck in her eye. The player's parents were home, and the player quickly turned down the volume because they were like, oh shit, this is goddamn scary and freaky, inappropriate, I guess. So the screen was, up there for 4 whole minutes, and the player was just looking away, constantly peeking back, but I mean, just trying to look away from it. And, the screen cut to black as soon as a gunshot was heard from the game. And the head flew back. The new character's head, they just flew back upon the gunshot sound. So the screen displayed 2 things. 2 phrases, really. One phrase was, Hhidaka's taste for blood shall be quenched. And the other was, you have gotten the HH trophy. So the player then went to check the HH trophy description, and it said, finding this was your mistake. At this point, the player's GameCube reset, and the normal Super Smash Bros. Melee menu appeared without any music and sound. So the player began a match and chose a new character and fought against Kirby. As the player started, nothing happened. So sorry. So as the player fought against Kirby, I mean the screen started but nothing happened. There wasn't really anything moving, sorry, not a movie. But there was nothing moving, and the game sort of, I guess, froze, but it was running. The player couldn't do any input, there was nothing going on, and a text box appeared. The text box said, finding this was your mistake. So the player went to power off the game, power off his GameCube, but the game wouldn't shut off, and the disc started to spin rapidly. And the TV kept displaying the woman with the knife in her eye, and a caption appeared stating, play as Hhidaka and this could be you. The player later found out that the piece of paper with the Japanese text consisted of the exact same phrase, which is, finding this was your mistake. And it was signed by Hhidaka himself. And it turns out Hhidaka was a Japanese serial killer who was executed on December 25th, 2006. The same day, and Christmas, the player bought the game. So, guys and gals, what do I have to think about this creepypasta? It is very, very technical. I mean, the author really gets into the technical aspect of ROM and, video game hacking. And I'm not saying that's bad, because it adds a lot of realism to the story. And I'm glad, once again, the author did not resort to needless gory elements occurring in real life. That is just stupid if it's not done right. But as far as the possibility of this game existing, in this case, I'm gonna have to be a little skeptical. Because the way the character is so vividly described, the character model and its animations like the head flying back, it just seems sort of weird. I don't think you can do that sort of detail with just ROM hacking, because I don't think you can program new animations, because even if you can, they're always sort of combinations or rehashes of existing animations already in the game. I don't think you can create something new like that. But then again, ROM hacking, you can do almost anything, and I mean, if given enough time and effort, you can do anything you want. I mean, hell, you could change the game and do, I don't know, fucking, you can make new characters. I'm pretty sure you could do that. It just seems very skeptical. But not getting too much into the technical stuff, I mean, it was great and all, but I just found out this was really technical. And, it's sort of, I mean, I'm not going to say it sucks. I mean, it's great because it sort of adds that whole realism aspect of it, but, I mean, shit, all I got to say to the author is sort of lighten up on the technical stuff, Don't focus too deep. But I think the best part about this creepypasta was the serial killer. If you guys are skeptical on the serial killer's existence, let me just tell you right now that this guy is actually real. And the serial killer goes by the name of Hhidaka. Or Hiroki Hhidaka. I really can't pronounce this name, but I don't mean to butcher it, but I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm going to refer to him as Hiroshi Hhidaka, since I think that's what his name is. Or his legal name is. But whatever. So, this might be the first time we get some history in haunted gaming, but I'm going to tell you about the serial killer. So the serial killer, Hiroshi Hhidaka, was born on April 1962, and he died on December 25th, 2006, like I said earlier when I was recapping this pasta. So Hhidaka was a Japanese serial killer, and Hhidaka was born in the Miyazaki Prefecture and was an excellent student. Hidaka failed to enter his favorite university, which is the University of Tsukuba, Tsukuba. I'm sorry if I mispronounce these, but you know, this is the best as I can do. And then, because he failed going into this university, he went on to another one called Fukuoka University. So there, Hidaka eventually dropped out, and throughout his life, he borrowed money, drank, went to prostitutes, and all that stuff. And until April 1989, where he moved to Hiroshima to begin his career as a taxi driver. Hidaka committed 4 murders where he killed and robbed 4 women, in which one of them was a 16-year-old girl. Hidaka was arrested on September 21st, 1996, and was sentenced to be executed by hanging. So, little history lesson aside, this is why I love this creepypasta. It really goes into the technical aspects, which gives it the realism. Granted, it's a lot, and some people might not understand it, but it's great to know that the author cares so much for the realism, and it really adds to it. I mean, it's better than like, oh, I found this game in the trash can. Oh, I picked it up. Oh, it's haunted and shit. No, the character, I mean, the person really gets into technical stuff, and it's really good. And a lot of it is very legitimate. I mean, you know, you could see it happening. And the other great thing I loved was the inclusion of real-life characters, and this has been done before. But in this, I really like it because, you know, this serial killer, when I heard his name in the creepypasta, Hidaka, I immediately went on and tried to search around and see what this guy did and what he was. And, you know, it's really cool when you get stuff like this and, you know, you can sort of relate it to real life. It really adds to the creepiness that, man, this fucking, like, you know, serial killer is involved in it too, which is what I like. And, I mean, it's a short creepypasta, but it's really good. That's what I'm gonna say. But the problem is, you know, the only gripe I can find with this is the hack in general can seem questionable, but it could be possible, like I said, if given enough time and effort. And finally, you know, I guess that's really all I have to say. I really like this creepypasta. It's really good. I love the inclusion of the serial killer. I love the technical detail that the you know, author gives us. And the only thing I hated was just I thought it was, you know, weird to see such a hack existing or such detail. But then again, that's just my skepticism kicking in. So all in all, go check it out. The links are in the description, and you definitely owe it to yourself to read it because, man, you know, I mean, this really interested me, and I just wanted to share it with you guys. When, you know, creepypastas include this stuff. So this is really my analysis of it. And by the way, guys, I just wanted to ask you one thing, and you could write it in the comments below. Me and my friend, you know, there's another guy who does, you know, Some Ordinary Gamers with me. His name is Zahid. Some of you guys might watch his videos. But me and him are planning to start a Minecraft series where we're not planning on surviving anymore because, you know, that shit is stupid. And this time, we're planning on, you know, making epic structures that you guys can recommend to us, or, you know, we'll make ourselves, and we just want to show it off, like really awesome mega structures for Minecraft. I just want to ask you guys what you think about it. You know, write it in the comments below what you think, and, you know, thanks for watching.